Excuse my appearance. Today was a bit of a I didn't really go anywhere today day. But I don't think I've spoken on the vlog yet, so hello, welcome to the vlog. Second half of June. I was gonna say July, and then I was about to freak out because July is very close to August, which is very close to September. I feel kind of nervous right now talking to you guys, and I don't know why. I feel like, so my last vlog went out today. Today's the Friday that it would have went out, and you know, I'm still kind of stuck in that loop of checking my phone more often than I would like to and things like that. And so I've been like kind of looking at my stats for the video and stuff like that, and the video's doing like pretty well compared to, you know, my previous few videos or whatever, which is great. But I'm a little embarrassed because my last vlog I was like feeling kind of like low and not so uppity, and I felt like I didn't do as many like fun things, and like the talks that I did have felt a little like, I don't know, depressing maybe. So now coming on here, knowing that this is like the second vlog after that, I feel a bit of pressure, I guess, to be more uppity and be more like happy and bubbly and shit like that. Not to say that like even when I am on a high, I'm like super bubbly or whatever, but I just feel a little bit more excited to speak. I don't know. My hypothesis is that I'm feeling a little bit insecure right now, and so therefore I'm feeling a little bit more like sensitive to how people might perceive me based on my last vlog. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been through all of this. Like when I first started making YouTube videos and stuff like that, it was quite a process to accept that like people that I know are going to watch me be vulnerable and how scary that would be. But then like coming to accept that and like give myself the like love internally to not care so much about what people may or may not think of me. You know, like it's a strange thing that like you can like work through something and be okay with something, but then time passes and then you're less okay with it again and you have to work through it again. I don't know. I'm sure that's like natural and not an uncommon thing, especially for things when you have to like continuously show up and put yourself out there and let yourself be seen and things like that. And, you know, I'm trying to remind myself that I'm a multifaceted person. You know, I have many sides of myself, and all of them are true. They can contradict each other, and that's just how humans are. We all have multiple sides of ourselves. Maybe some sides we only show to certain people or whatever, but this is me trying to be all of that, or like trying to not hide certain sides of myself or whatever for the sake of appearing bubbly and entertaining for the world and for the internet. So yeah, dang it. Oh, this sucks. I found myself putting off filming this first talking portion because I felt like I wasn't ready, or I wasn't happy enough to do it and be entertaining for this first talking portion of the video, which is important because most people only watch the first little sections of videos or whatever, so none of that matters anyways. I have a lot of things to remind myself of, I think. So yeah, hi. Welcome to the vlog. This is me trying to be honest and shit, so let's get on with it. Hi. Good morning. It's the day after. You ever like are sad one night and then you go to sleep and then you wake up and then you're kind of like sad hungover, you know? Like you feel better, but you feel kind of like embarrassed that you were sad the last night. I was thinking too much last night, I guess, but I'm feeling a bit more over it now. I like literally woke up and then thought of I have like a song in my Spotify that's like, I was sad last night, I'm okay now. And that's how I feel. So yeah, this weekend is gonna be pretty much like an editing weekend for me. I might do like a bit of art stuff if I feel like it, like today or tomorrow, but yeah, I'm finally editing my Japan video, and I was putting it off for so long because, you know, it's kind of a daunting task, you know, and I was like scared to get started with it because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to make it good. But now that I've kind of taken the leap and I felt the space to kind of start on it, and I've kind of like got a good flow going and I understand like what I'm going to do with it and like the pacing and the titles and everything, I'm starting to get excited about it. Kind of similar to like my Texas video. The Texas one was a little bit more low pressure because like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as big as Japan. But once I got into editing it, I felt really like I was having fun and I was like excited to work on it and stuff like that. And I feel like feeling that way about the Texas video and then feeling so scared to start the Japan video, that was just like feeding into the procrastination because I was worried that I wasn't going to have as much fun editing it, or I was worried that like I wouldn't be into it while I was editing it. So it's a bit of a relief going into it now that, you know, yes, I'm enjoying myself, and so that's good. But yeah, I'm just getting ready to go out. It's a really nice day today, and so I'm gonna meet a few friends for a picnic downtown. I think we're gonna go to like a park, get some sandwiches, and then eat them on grass. So yeah, that should be nice. Should be very restorative to get outside and spend some time with friends, take in some sun, you know. So yeah.
When I said no egg, he was like, it's the highlight. What do you mean no egg? Yeah. It's an egg sandwich. For why that salad was
Yeah.
The reason why they wouldn't promote him was because they were like about to announce the reorg. Like, what kind of data are you passing? Because they don't want to send that automatically through email.
I feel like we really missed out because I played Forza yesterday, completely sober. Like tree fitting. Why are we in CO for? I was doing invasions, eh? Oh, it makes me heavy. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Hi. What's up? It's Sunday. I tried to schedule myself some like specific time to make art. I feel like I always have this urge and this want to make art and like make a billion different things. I feel like that's a curse of anybody who explores or indulges in any sort of creative output. So yeah, I don't know. I watched a couple videos on like creativity that kind of inspired me to maybe try like using like a schedule again. I used to use like a calendar and book out like specific hours in my day and things like that a couple years ago when I had that full-time job. And then I continued using that into freelance, and then I kind of swapped away from that. I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted more freedom and flexibility in my days, but now that I feel like I have too much freedom again, I find myself finding comfort in a bit more rigidity and structure. I don't know, it's like a strange balance between listening to myself and not forcing something that shouldn't be forced, but also, you know, having some semblance of structure so that there is some sort of like deadline or urgency to my goals and the things that I want to do. Because I don't know, if you have an idea for something, or if you have like a project that you want to work on but there's no deadline, then you have like too much freedom to the point where like you could literally spend as much time as you wanted on it and overthink as much as you want on it. Then like work stretches to fill the time that's allotted to it, right? So it could go on forever, and I don't want that. So yeah, I know that my perfectionism is a driving factor for my procrastination, and if I give myself more parameters in which I need to like make the things that I want to make, or like time parameters and things like that, then I feel like that's the best move for me to, you know, actually execute on said things. One example of this, or like a good example, is like YouTube, you know? I feel like I have this accountability with needing to upload once a week, and my channel is growing slowly, but it is growing, and people, you know, have come to expect a video every Friday. And so that kind of schedule and timeline and structure and weekly deadlines for these videos has been very successful for me so far, and I've been able to like maintain a certain level of consistency and make lots of videos. Whereas I feel like if I didn't have that structured timeline with my videos, I would just allow myself to spend weeks on a single video, just like overthinking things, putting things off, procrastinating. So I don't know what the right move is here, because the formula for my success with, you know, being able to make consistent YouTube videos is that I have the timelines, but also the timelines are accompanied by accountability. And I feel like with just like making art pieces or things that I want to make, I'm missing that accountability piece, because these are just kind of like, they don't have any real like prompts or things that depend on them to be finished and things like that. It's all very like self-motivated. So I don't know, I'm gonna have a think about that and maybe see what happens. But yeah, I was working on this piece today. I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I didn't really have an idea or anything. I just knew that I wanted to make some art. And I've kind of gotten to a point where I've got the sketch down. I have like the general idea and stuff, but I'm hitting a bit of a lull, and that's okay. I think maybe I'll take a step away from this for a bit and play some video games, maybe. I read a little bit over there. That was nice, but I need more, I think. So, yeah. That's the update. Last day. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. Jesus. Hi. So yeah, today was my last day helping on those series of murals. So that was, nice to wrap up, finally be finished. I'm tired as I always am after, doing labor in the sun, but, some actual hands-on work I'm sure is good for me every once in a while. Lovely to spend time with Sumin and everybody else and meet a bunch of people and work on those murals. They ended up looking really good. So yeah, if you're in the Calgary area and you ever find yourself up north, they're in Carrington, in that like shopping complex there. So check them out. They're gonna be up there permanently, I believe. So yeah. So now I'm kind of free and open. I don't know, the next couple days, like I have a bunch of things that I need to get done for like work stuff for the rest of the week, but hopefully getting those things done during the week will give me the weekend to be free and relax a little bit and think about what I want to do with my fucking life, which I've been avoiding. So, I don't know, I've been thinking about a lot of things. I've talked about wanting to go back to therapy soon and taking steps to update my portfolio and make moves and get more like illustration jobs and things like that. And, eventually I want to do the whole thing where I like sell things online and I want to paint more and I want to do traditional type work and art and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. Thinking specifically about like that piece that I was working on that I didn't end up finishing, but I don't know, I worked on to a point where it was like kind of cool. This piece here, yeah, I like it so far. I think, it's interesting and stuff, but the whole time when I was like lining the line art and stuff, I was just kind of comparing that process and how quick it felt to if I were to do something like this traditionally. And it made me think about like my relationship to digital versus traditional art. For those of you who don't know my not discography, but artography of work during my lifetime, like I'm a digital artist, right? I started drawing on like a little Wacom tablet and like Paint Tool Sci. That was my introduction to just like making a bunch of illustrations, and then I was posting it on like DeviantArt and things like that. And ever since, I've just kind of been a digital artist through and through. I used Photoshop a lot during school, and then I kind of switched to Procreate after I graduated. So I have, a long-running relationship with digital art, but the more that I like find myself wanting to do personal art or like make art that, I don't know, I feel like is a little bit more from the soul, if that makes sense, or like veering slightly away from like the kind of character design vibe that I tend to go for and more towards like a fine arts kind of thing, which I've been increasingly interested in. The more I kind of think like, if I did this piece traditionally, I feel like I would enjoy that process much more, and I feel like I would take that process a lot more seriously. I feel like I've done digital pieces and like done digital art so many times over and over, and for a long time, anything that I would want to draw, like personal work, if I did it digitally, I would expect it to be like very efficient and for me to, complete it very quickly. So I don't know, maybe like that kind of expectation as a foundation to when I do digital art is making me take it less seriously or giving it less care and expect that I like shouldn't spend too much time on it and it should be like quick and efficient and whatever. And yeah, I don't know if that's what I want anymore. I don't know if that's what is good for me. When it comes to like my work and stuff, I like to be efficient. I like to get things done quickly. So with like my personal stuff, I'm starting to think like I want to be able to spend time on things and take a lot of care with them and make them feel a little bit more analog. I guess it's kind of like a comparison between like digital photography versus film photography. I really, really enjoy film photography, and that like analog, very limited aspect to it is what makes it feel like special and like kind of sacred, you know, because if you only have 24 or 36 rolls of film, you need to be very careful and like very intentional about like every single shot that you take, and like take your time with each shot. Whereas with digital, it feels like you can just like, you know, there's no limits, you know, so you can just like go ba 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 and then choose the best one from there. There's no scarcity, and there's no like, I don't know, there's no like limits really. So I don't know, something about the process of doing a traditional piece where like you have to be careful to not fuck up, because if you fuck up, there's only so many things that you can do to fix it. Like there's no undo button. And I don't know, it's strange. Like it seems counterintuitive or counterproductive to like want to do something that is inefficient and slow. But I find like recently, whenever I work on digital things or do things digitally, I just kind of wonder what that process would be like if I did it traditionally. Or I can just imagine like if I did do the piece traditionally, I feel like I would like it more. That it wouldn't have that like kind of sanitized digital look that digital art tends to have. Not that that's a bad thing at all. Like digital art can be beautiful and is like I said, I've done it for years and years and years, and it's served me greatly. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking, you know, maybe it comes with like me trying to learn how to unlearn certain things about like being the most efficient, productive human that I can be in order to have worth or whatever, and trying to spend time wasting time or spend more time doing things a little slower, or give myself opportunities to do less, you know? Maybe that's kind of part of it, or like messing with how I'm viewing how I make personal art now. But yeah, it's an interesting thought. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish this piece. I might try it traditionally. I feel like I have a lot to learn in terms of like making anything outside of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to like using a wider range of colors and things like that, and like actual paint rather than just like inks, because failing is scary. But I think like the fact that I'm like craving it is a good sign, and I don't think I want to hold myself back from that because it's scary and there will be like a bit of a learning curve. So yeah, this was on my mind. I booked a yoga class with my friend Morg. Hi Morg, if you're watching. So that'll be very nice to decompress. Like my hips are really tight. I can feel it in my spine and my hips, I guess. So it'll be nice to kind of like stretch that out and let it go, and then get those things done for the rest of the week, those work things, and then be free on the weekend and think about all this and also everything else in my life. So yeah. Okay, so I just hit render on my Japan video, my Japan vlog, which would have come out the video before this one. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. I put a lot of work into it, and I just did like the final review watch over or watch through before I knew I was finished, just like double checking everything. And I like it a lot. It's very nice, you know, despite all of the doubt that I feel when I'm gathering the footage, and then how much time and doubt I guess there is when I'm editing, seeing it all come together in the end, especially when it's like just like an overview of some very nice memories that I have. Watching it all back feels very nice and very rewarding, and yeah, I'm happy. It's lovely to be able to make things like this and watch them back and keep them and things. So anyways, yeah, so that was basically my past 2 days, was finishing editing that bad boy and then working on a bunch of work stuff that I have to finish this week before the weekend. And so now all of that is done and I can relax. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here. It's the end of the month. I'll be back at it again tomorrow because I'm going hiking, so that'll be the beginning of the next vlog or whatever. I hope you enjoyed. I like high-key can't remember any of the shit that I said or a lot of what I did other than like all the mural stuff in this vlog, which is like what always happens. So hopefully it was nice. Hopefully you guys liked it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next month. I'm really going to hunker down and try and do all the things that I want to do that I've been putting off for a while. Yeah, I booked a consultation with a therapist in my city. I'm going with somebody local this time. My first round of therapy was through BetterHelp, and I was very lucky to have a very good experience and, you know, feel good about the first therapist that I was matched with. But I don't know, like everybody knows there's like some ethical weirdness and like the company weirdness about BetterHelp. So I figure for my second time around, I'd rather do, first of all, go with somebody who is local, who I can see in person would be nice. And also, as expensive as it is, I want to pay somebody their full rate. Even if it means I can only see them every once in a while, it's better than nothing. And yeah, at the end of the day, if it's an expense that I am just going to incorporate into my life, I'll work around it and I'll figure it out. So yeah, anyways, I'm excited for that. So stay tuned. Hopefully the consultation goes well and we like each other and stuff, but I'm excited to explore therapy again. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Holy fuck. It's been so hot lately. I don't know why I'm wearing a long sleeve.